had a fast and furious love affair. 3 months without ever saying a word to each other across a library table, and the next thing we know, you proposed to me. And then how do we end up with our first piece?
I was in medical school and we had off for the summer. And what happened? We were supposed to be playing tennis. We were somewhere in France and we decided we would do something different. We started going to the galleries.
And then we have the money, we actually buy a print.
Yes, and that was the beginning.
Interestingly enough, when you engage with young artists, they're very anxious for you to really own their work.
They were very happy to be paid off on a weekly basis because oftentimes we were the only visitors they had during the week. Mera earned $100 a week and we devoted $25 a week to buying art, at which we had to spread it among 5 different artists. And it really hasn't changed. It's still probably 25% of our income to this day goes to buying art.
More. People always ask us, how do we begin? It's frightening to begin because you don't want to make a mistake, you don't want to look foolish, you don't want to be wasteful. The advice is to begin. I say, hola, hola. Collecting art is a personal journey. You're going to collect the art that speaks to you personally, the art that has something to do with who you are, your ambitions, your fantasies, your childhood experiences. But in order to allow that to happen, I think reading, museum going, to some extent you kind of have to prepare yourself. Maybe you relate to a gallerist that you feel you can trust, and it could be a beginning of a relationship where they guide you and teach you, because they're more than happy to do that. One thing at the art fairs, they're very accessible. They're right there in the booth.
A lot of people, when they start off looking, they'll make the statement that I don't know anything about art, but I like it. Well, I think that's a great first step. I think, I can't imagine ever putting something on the wall that you don't like. But I think you have to go a little beyond that. If an artist only makes one piece that you like, you probably shouldn't buy the work of that art. So I think you shouldn't be rushed into it. You should take your time. You should think about it a little bit. Doesn't hurt to walk away and think about it. And you should absolutely look at other things, the other pieces that the artists make. You should look at things in other galleries, so that by the time you reach this end point, by the time you commit yourself to buying it, you're comfortable with the fact that you've at least done some comparison shopping.
Somehow get comfortable. I think that's the message. Get comfortable where it is addressing some personal curiosity, some personal passion. There's some work deal with something that you want to dig deeper into. Because one thing that artists give us is a real intimate voice into their personal life. They're really sharing something quite intimate. There's a lot of power in committing to that first piece and living with it. And let that unfold. And that, for us, has become a life purpose and a life journey. I say, yeah, 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 yeah.